Hello, my name is Emily and today I'm going to show you how to make a rosary. Even though I'm a brand new Catholic, I have made several rosaries so far. Here is how to make a rosary in 5 minutes. First off, you'll need 2 types of beads, a bigger and distinct type of bead and the smaller main bead. This is the bead I used for the Hail Marys. And these are the beads I used for the Our Fathers, and I vary them throughout the rosary. You will need 53 Hail Mary beads. This is because there are 5 decades, with each decade consisting of 10 beads each, and 3 beads for the beginning of the rosary. You will need 6 Our Father beads, 4 to separate the 5 decades, and 2 Our Father beads for the beginning of the rosary. You will also need a crucifix and a Virgin Mary charm, with the crucifix going at the end of the rosary, and the Virgin Mary charm separating the main loop from the beginning. This is optional, but I also use what I call separator beads to further distinguish the Our Father beads from the Hail Marys. Arguably, the most important aspect is the string that ties it all together. I use 50-pound test fishing line, so the rosary will likely never ever break. Because of the unique way I'll tie this all together in the end, I also use a very powerful super glue to make sure everything holds together. Now that you know all the materials, we will move on to the assembly process. First, we cut the string. I cut mine in about 3 yards. We will start with the Hail Mary beads, which are the smaller ones. We'll start with the first decade, so that's 10 of these beads. Make sure to keep them centered in the middle of your string, and you'll find out why later. Now, after you have the first decade done, you can add an Our Father right here at the end right here. Don't add one on the other end. We're not going to mess with that side for now. Okay, so now you know how to make a decade with an Our Father bead at the end. Go ahead and make 4 more decades with an Our Father in between each of them, separating each decade. Just like the other side, leave this side without an Our Father bead on the end of it. Your rosary should now look like this, with 4 Our Fathers and 5 decades of Hail Marys. Now comes the tricky part. Now we will draw both sides together. Take the Virgin Mary charm, which will have 3 holes like this, these 3 holes. And you put one side in one hole, and the other side in the other hole. Try to keep them as even as possible. To secure it and straighten it out, make one little tie on each side. And I slide both strings behind the charm and have them both meet at the bottom hole, with both of them going through like this. From this point on, the beads will be placed on both sides at once. Continue with the Our Fathers and Hail Marys, however this part is not a decade. We'll start with 1 Our Father, and 3 Hail Marys, and lastly, another Our Father. So we take the crucifix and tie it onto the end here. So I tied a knot here a few times, and now I need to take a dab of super glue right here in this knot to solidify the knot. I don't have a super glue today, so I will not be demonstrating that part, but you get the point. Then you let it dry, preferably overnight, and then you trim up the excess string outside of the glue and get as close to the glue as you possibly can get without compromising the glue. Now you've made your own beginner rosary. Now the next and final step is to get it blessed by a priest and pray with it, but I will not be covering those in my video. Thanks for watching!